What's up, allies? So today I want to show you a few stretches to stretch the hamstrings, okay? So these are the back of the thighs. This is going along, kind of complementing another video we did on people who work a lot of desk jobs. They sit a lot at work. When you sit at work, you stay in this 90-degree contracted position with your hamstrings a lot. So these hamstrings tend to get really tight. That can cause posture issues, back issues, that kind of thing. So I'm going to show you a couple exercises I do. Usually almost every day. I do full body stretching regardless of what muscle group I'm going to work out that day. So I do this a lot and it really helps. So a couple hamstring things. We're going to do just a standard hamstring sit and reach kind of stretch. You're going to want to relax the muscles every time you stretch. A lot of people tense up and they try to like force stretches. You want your body relaxed. You don't want to be sending like a lot of intense contracting signals. Let it relax. Toes should be pointing to the ceiling, not open like this. And then from here, there's two ways you can do this stretch, really. There's the way you can do it where you're challenging as far as possible that you can stretch the hamstrings, where you would break the posture of your back in order to accomplish that. So that would look something like this, a forward fold, okay? Notice my back is not in a straight angle. This is one of the ways that you can stretch those hamstrings, and I can definitely feel it right here for sure, challenging my flexibility. That is one way. But the other way is by keeping your back nice and straight. So you want to pretend there's a string attached to your chest. It's pulling you up. Your chest comes up, your shoulders go down and back. And let's see if I can get this side angle so you can maybe see it better. And from here, I'm going to keep that as straight as possible. I'm going to reach my arms out, but I'm not going to break posture to reach. Okay, so the shoulder blades stay back. That's really important. We don't break posture right here. So you're here, and then from there, what I want to do is I want to tip from the axis of my hips. Okay, so see how this leg can move on that axis right here? That's the axis you want to tip on, not rounding at the low back, okay? So you're up straight, you're pointing, big inhale, exhale, and reach. And you'll notice I cannot go very far. Otherwise, what I need to do is I need to start breaking posture to continue reaching forward. So again, reset, big inhale, exhale, sit as far forward as you can. Maybe your hands strafe along the legs, and you're going to feel that stretch intensify really quickly. And notice I already tensed up my legs. I shouldn't be doing that. Okay? And just try to keep the back nice and straight as you do that stretch. Okay? You can do both of those. The next thing you can do, it is going to get the inner thigh muscles, but it is going to get some of your hamstrings as well, is you can open this angle up. I recommend starting at 90 degrees and then going wider from there based off your flexibility. Okay, so the wider we go with this, the more we're going to start hitting inner thighs and the less we're going to start hitting the hamstrings, but it's still great for both. This will also help increase your hip mobility, allowing you to go deeper in squats and other leg exercises like lunges and stuff. So starting here, we could do those same two techniques. The breaking posture technique, so that would look like as reaching as far as possible, not keeping your back straight. Again, I gotta loosen up these legs because the natural tendency is they want to tense up, as you probably just saw that, okay? Big inhale, big exhale. Again, stretches, I like holding for 30 seconds or longer. You don't have to hold them for 30 seconds, but I tend to find the longer I hold a stretch, the more I enjoy it, and the more flexible I become, okay? Typically, some people will say recommended is like 8 to 12 seconds, but really just do what feels good for your body. Then what I'll do is I'll start to challenge my flexibility by opening this angle to be wider than 90 degrees. Another way that you can do this, be careful when you do this, is you pick your body up and you scoot yourself forward. That's going to open up the angle, but I don't want you to pull one of those inner thigh muscles, so just be mindful when you do that. And then you can do the same thing. You can stretch forward, either breaking posture, but you do want to try to keep these toes up, pointing to the ceiling. Or what we can do is go back to that less intense angle and then set good posture, big inhale, and reach forward, exhale. And just go towards the floor as close as you can. I'm doing that tensing thing again. Stretching forward, trying to keep the straight angle in your back, okay? Now, depending on how flexible you are, this may not actually feel very intense, so you may want to go further with the breaking posture technique, because right here, I don't really feel a stretch. So for me personally, I would have to increase the intensity of this angle for me to even begin to feel the stretch right about there. And then I got to keep my toes up, okay? So that's another great one for stretching the hamstrings and the inner thighs. Trying to think if there's another one I want to show you. Yes, there is. Let me just readjust the camera angle here. And grab a PVC pipe. So the other thing that we do, and I hope I'm capturing this angle well, is we do these good mornings in class. So this PVC pipe, you want to touch the back of your head, between your shoulder blades, and right along your tailbone, okay? So from here, I like to hold the back of the head and right behind my butt, and then from there, my feet are hip distance apart, my toes are pointing forward, my knees are slightly bent. From here, I'm going to, again, hinge at the hips, like we've talked about, not at the low back. So let me show you what a lot of people do, and it's improper. They do this. So you see how my body is no longer touching at the head or at my tailbone, this PVC pipe, because I've rounded my back. I'm also not effectively stretching my hamstrings. All I'm doing is stretching some back muscles by breaking posture. So I want to reset, keep those points of contact the whole time, and then again, soft knees. You don't want to lock the knees. You want them soft, and then you tip forward from the hips. Now notice the difference in the angle. My back, my tailbone, my head, they're all connected to the PVC pipe. I have a slight bend in my knee, but now I'm really feeling the intense stretch right here. You can either hold this, or you can do repetitions. Squeeze the glutes at the top, tip forward and stretch. Big inhale on the way up, exhale on the way down. Inhale up, exhale down. Okay? That is what we call a hip hinge, and that is essentially also a good morning is one name that we call that exercise, and that's going to increase the flexibility of your hamstrings. So I hope you like that series. That will really help you if you have tight hamstrings, low back issues related to tight hamstrings, if you have tight inner thigh muscles and so your hip mobility is limited, or you work a sedentary job where you're sitting at a desk and your knee is always bent all day long. So try that stuff. Let me know how it goes. If you have comments or more questions, leave them below, and we'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.